Hello everyone, welcome to Planet Wellness. Today is Wednesday, our wellness section, and we are going to be talking about potatoes, or however you pronounce it. If you're watching live, please say hello in the comments below, and if you're watching on the replay, please type in #replay. So the topic today is the types of potatoes, how you actually eat them, and which ones you should avoid. So over to you, Ronald.
In Australia, we don't call them potatoes. They are potatoes, but we call them spuds.
Spuds, S-P-U-D-S.
I think it comes from an old English word, but we call them spuds. Have you had your spuds today, right? Now, you might think, well, potatoes, like, yeah, so what? But I'm going to explain to you the value of potatoes, and especially which ones. But at the end of this presentation, I will also give you an excellent recipe that you can use with fish, right? And it'll be as good as any chef can provide in a 5-star hotel, right? But it's the way you put it together. It's very nutritious, the recipe. So first of all, let's talk about the nutritional value of potatoes. Now in essence, you've got the white potato, which is white skin.
Those are ones they use to make chips.
That's
mainly.
right, chips, chips. New Zealand say chips. Have you had your fish and chips? So white potatoes, white skin, white flesh. Then you've got the red potatoes, which is red skin and creamy brown flesh.
We've got one here to show.
We've got one to show you in a minute. And then you've got the sweet potato. You've got the pinkish, yellowish type sweet potato, and then you've got the purple sweet potato. And I've also seen one variety which is a very dark purple, right? And the whole potato is actually purple inside. It's quite amazing, and that's very popular in America. In America, they've got about 16, I've been there, California and all that, they've got about 16 different varieties of potatoes, 16. Now, in selected countries, there probably about 3 different types, or 4, right? All right, so this is the red one.
This is actually called Ilford.
Yeah, sure. That's a good brand. Albert Bartlett, that's quite a good brand. I'll buy mine from Lidl, right? And that's the actual reddish potato. Now, since we're at that, you see those little black marks here. Now, most people I watch and I've talked to, what they do, they actually peel. Right? They take the skin off the potato. Big mistake, because once you remove the skin of any potato, you're actually taking it, about 80% of your vitamins and minerals are gone already. The key is to wash the potato thoroughly, get a sharp pointed knife and get into those black holes like that, see? Like this. And then what you do, the idea is like that, see? You remove that.
And even this one.
And this one as well. You remove that. And then, but leave as much of the skin on as possible. Now, why is potatoes so beneficial? First of all, they're very, very rich in potassium, right? Which is very important for your heart and legs becoming free of cramps, right? So if you've got cramps, it means you lack of potassium. It's rich in potassium, it's rich in magnesium. Now, depending where the potato is grown, it can also be rich in phosphorus and traces of silica, which is very good as an anti-cancer agent, right? In addition to that, it's got a multitude of other trace minerals, but depends where it's grown, right? But in addition to that, it is also very rich in fiber. You find when you eat potato with the skin on, and you eat quite a bit of it, your actual stool the next day is quite large, which means it's removing rubbish throughout your intestinal tract, right? So potatoes, by and by, are probably one of the cheapest foods you can get, but it doesn't mean it can be disregarded. Now, I highly recommend that you don't buy chips already frozen and peeled and sometimes pre-cooked, because a lot of the nutrition will be gone and unless you put a lot of spice with it, you really be eating something that's quite tasteless, right? So I'm going to give you a reason why you should eat potato at least maybe 3 times a week. Now, very important ratio. This is a sweet potato, right? See, there's a sweet potato. Now, the best way to get your best type of quality of fiber and minerals, you take one of those, right, and you take 2 of those. You see that? So when you're cooking, you eat 1 of those and 2 of those. That's a good balance, because that one, the sweet potato, is excellent for anti-diabetes. And what's counterintuitive, what might seem like that, is that when you eat the white potato, it's very common, people eat it quite often, that is big factor in diabetes being worse, right? The white, because the sugar goes up very high after eating that sort of potato, especially when you peel the skin, right? So I only recommend 1 sweet potato and 2 red skin potato, right? And the younger the potato, the less red it will be. About this size potato, this size, as you can see, is about the size that you should be eating, like that. Can you see my hand compared to it? Okay. Now, so I'm now going to give you a really powerful set of recipes. So the recipe would be like 2 sea, let's say for 2 people, 2 sea bass fillets, right? And 1 sweet potato, 2 red skin potatoes, okay? And the idea is you wash the potato thoroughly, right? Remove any skin impurities or any spots, so that just with a sharp pointed knife. Can you just grab that pointed knife for me? I'm going to show you the knife I use for removing the impurities and marks, right? So this is the sort of knife you can use, like that. See, can you see how pointed that is? So use the sharp edge of that to dig into the potato, not too deep, just until you remove the impurity, but do not remove the skin. All right. So, like I said, 1 sweet potato, 2 red potatoes, clean, slice them up, put them in a steamer. Don't boil them. Put them in a steamer, right? So you boil the water, put the potatoes on top until they're soft. Now, there comes the magic. When your potatoes cooked in a steamer, you remove the sliced potato from your steamer and you put it into a powerful blender. For example, you can use a NutriBullet or one of the modern type strong blenders, and you put the potato in the blender and you put 3, for every 1 sweet potato and 2 red potatoes, you put 2 to 3 cups of goat's milk in the blender. You blend all that and it'll become very creamy, right? Very creamy and still warm. You blend it until it's like, you can see it's very very smooth, right? And all right, so that's your potato almost ready. At that point in time, you remove it from the blender, you put it into a stainless steel container, right, like a pot, and you add this is best if you grow it at home. Add chives, okay, chives, red onion, oregano, sage, and parsley, right? These, and you can also add mint as well. Now, if you had those herbs in the potato, so you've got your potato mash, milk in it, creamy. You add all these herbs. You add about at least 2 or 3 tablespoons of each. I'll repeat again: mint, parsley, oregano, sage, and chives. All right, put that in. Bit of sel de Guérande, it's my favorite, teaspoon. SELDEGUERN. Sel de Guérande. Mix it all up, right? Add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Make sure it's extra virgin olive oil. It's cold pressed preferably. And if you can get organic, even better. Mix it all together, okay? And then you put that on your plate, or you put that on the 2 plates. Let's say you put it on a plate. And then now you cover the plate to keep it warm. In the meantime, you've got a stainless steel pan with a little bit of olive oil on the bottom, or coconut oil, and you slightly cook the sea bass. You cook it until it's got that light brown color, both top and bottom. The best way to cook fish, heat the oil up while the fish is there slowly. Cook it for about probably 8-9 minutes, and you'll see the skin will go from that fish looking to translucent. Eventually it'll become light brown. Now, then once you've cooked on one side for about 7 or 8 minutes at a low heat, you turn it upside down, cook the other side 5-6 minutes, that'll be enough. Then you remove it, you put it on top of your potato combination, and then you spread on it a teaspoon of cumin or a teaspoon of turmeric, and you can also add apple cider vinegar. All right, absolutely delicious and full of nutrition. The fish provides the protein, and the potato and herbs provide fiber and minerals which digest the fish, and that will give you about 6 to 8 hours of energy. All right, so I recommend you eat that sort of mixture about 3 to 4 times per week. All right, if you want to know the details of the recipe, please provide
Contact
the address.
us. Just message us, or put the comments in the comment section below, and we'll get back to you.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
All right.
And also, just to let you know, we've got this what they call a potato sack.
Yes. Yes.
It's quite a big one.
Yes.
So it stores our potatoes inside. It sort of like mimics it being in the ground, so it covers it from the oxidation of light, and makes the potatoes last a bit longer.
What that bag does, the way it's been structured, it's like a Hessian bag. It's really good invention, because what people don't realize, when you put your potatoes in a bag like that, your potato is actually breathing like if it's in the soil, but it doesn't. It slows the sprouting. It slows the sprouting the potatoes down. So your potatoes will last you 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Otherwise, in about a week, if you leave it outside about 1 week, you'll see the sprout come out. So whilst we're at that, we might as well tell you an extra tip. When your potato is sprouting, it's not a wasted potato. When your potato is sprouting, you can actually take a sharp knife, cut. It'll sprout like, you'll see the sprout come out, right? Let it come out about 2 inches if you're not going to use a potato. You slice about 1 inch below that, right? And you go in your compost in your garden, right? And you put your potato with the flesh of the potato inside the compost, and you leave the sprout outside and you bed around it, and then you can put some lawn clippings around it and water it about every 3rd day or 4th day, and in about 3 or 4 months, the potato will have sprouted. You'll see the green leaves come out. Now, very good tip. Once the potato is ready, you don't dig it willy-nilly. You wait till the actual leaves have turned really yellow, and the actual branches and the leaves are basically like they're wilted, and then they'll fall over. Right? At that point in time, your potato is ready, right? Then you get a fork like that, a tine, and you dig around the potato, right? And you let it out, and that potato will be the tastiest potato you'll ever get, because you've grown it organically, right? And if you put minerals around it, even more.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed this sharing of potatoes, and look forward to hearing from you regarding the recipes that you've tried, and also feel free to share your photos with us.
Yes.
Till next time, next Wednesday, we'll have another wellness tip for you. And remember, also on Saturday and Sunday, I'm doing a personal Facebook Live on Sensational Saturday and Success Sunday. Those are the teams for the weekend. Yeah. Good to see you, Ria. Good to see you watching. Thank you for supporting us. And we look forward to seeing you again shortly.
Yeah, remember the ratio is 1 sweet potato, especially if you can get a purple or an orange colored sweet, 1 sweet potato to 2 red potatoes. That is the best ratio for nutrition and fiber.
So I'm sure you've got lots of friends who are fans of potatoes.
Yeah.
So do tag them on this video as well, so that they can watch it and learn from it as well. Till next time, take care. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Enjoy. Have a great week.